Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them. And today we have a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on the Dreamers Pro podcast that we have pinned in the comment section below. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. As you guys know, Charles Barkley is probably the most outspoken person in all of sports. In my personal view, I think he's probably the best doing it in terms of bringing the substance, keeping it real. Charles Barkley is known for calling it exactly how he sees it, and from time to time, that gets him into trouble with some of his contemporaries, right? You've seen him have public disputes with Kevin Durant, DeMarcus Cousins, at one point, Draymond Green, LeBron James. And the biggest one, I believe, was between himself, between himself and his former friend, Michael Jordan, right? As you guys know, during their playing days, Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan were very friendly, right? You can see footage of them on the Oprah show. You can see them hanging out during the Olympics. They were very, very friendly, and they got along really well. And then what happened, there was a time when Michael Jordan was running the Hornets, and Charles Barkley basically went on TV saying that MJ has a bunch of yes men around him, and he needs to get people around him that will actually listen to, that will actually tell him what he needs to hear, because he was talking about some of the struggles that was taking place with the Hornets. And Jordan caught a whiff of those comments, and I guess he didn't like him saying that publicly, and that was the end, right? MJ, I think, called him up, cursed him out, and then they were never cordial ever again. They never spoke, nothing like that. And that was the end of their relationship. And a bunch of years have gone by. It's been at least over a decade since the two of them have spoken. So what happened? Recently, I was listening to an interview of Charles Barkley on the Dan Patrick Show, and they were discussing essentially this thing that's going to be taking place in Chicago, where they're going to be hanging. They're going to be kind of like remembering a championship, or the championship team or the championship run that they had. And the people that they're going to have in attendance are all the key figures in the Chicago Bulls run. So you're talking about Phil Jackson, you're talking about Michael Jordan, you're talking about Steve Kerr. I think Scottie Pippen is going to be there. So Charles Barkley caught a whiff of this, and he was, first of all, in amazement, like, wait, what? This is really, really, really going to happen? Are you serious? Real? For real? Blah, 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 blah. And then once he heard about it, he was like, man, I got to be there, right? I got to be there. And by Charles Barkley basically saying he wants to be there, it means that he's open to the possibility of actually reuniting with Michael Jordan, because I assume the two of them are going to be in the same forum. So for those of you who didn't hear what he had to say, we definitely want to play it for you. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Charles Barkley had to say about the possibility of reuniting with Michael Jordan, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Charles Barkley here.
By the way, the Bulls are doing a Ring of Honor, and that means they're inviting Phil and Mike and Scotty.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, first of all, the Bulls are an embarrassment to the NBA. I have zero idea what they're doing. They should have had a clearance sale like 3 years ago. I was like, dude, y'all stink, y'all stink, y'all stink. You got to start. I'm trying to figure out when they're going to start the rebuild. I was like, and were they waiting on Michael and the guys to die before they come up with the ring of honor? I mean, don't they have a statue out front? I think you'd rather have a statue than be in the ring of honor. No disrespect to being, because I'm in
No,
the
he's
ring
going to
of
have
honor.
both. He's going to have both. But can you
But
imagine Scotty and Mike crossing paths at the Ring of Honor?
Hey, they're not going to do that on the same night.
No, they are. They
No,
are. They're
no, let me tell
inviting.
you something.
Everybody is going to be there, and it's next month.
You know what? I gotta go. I gotta go.
You might not make it. You might make it awkward, even more awkward if you go.
No, I'm just gonna sit back in the corner and stare. Hey, I'm praying.
I think Golden State goes to Chicago in mid-January, so
I just
Steve
hope-
Kerr will be there.
Please don't have it a night I gotta work, because I want to go there and be a fly on the wall.
Paulie, check and see. I think it's like January 12th that Golden State goes to Chicago. Ring of Honor. Rodman, Phil Jackson, Mike, Scotty. Maybe
They shouldn't do it on the same night, because that's the only way they're gonna get a crowd is on a Ring of Honor night. They should spread it out. They're putting all those guys in there the same night.
I think so. Yeah, Paulie.
Yeah, halftime on January 12th confirmed at the Bulls game. And bonus coverage, Charles, the Lakers will unveil the NBA in-season tournament banner to be hung on December 18th.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Wait, what night of the week is the Bulls thing?
What is the January 12th?
Friday
night.
I can be there. I can be there.
Maybe you go with Michael Jordan's son.
Dan, I'm telling you something. I'm gonna have to go to Chicago that day just to see it. I mean, you talk about weirdest, uncomfortable. That uncomfortable won't do it justice. I mean, dude. People. First of all, nobody's going to watch the Warriors or the Bulls. Okay, let's get that out the way. Nobody's going to see the Warriors against the Bulls, but everybody's going to have their camera focused on those guys. I can't wait.
People are going to show up right at the end of the second quarter.
That's exactly right. They're going to go and get all liquored up the first half, and they're going to leave right after halftime.
Yes, just like you would.
There's no reason to watch the Bulls against the Warriors at all.
So you heard what Charles Barkley had to say. Here are my thoughts. First of all, Charles has made it public that he misses the friendship between him and MJ. It's something that he wants to reignite. And I think that is a good thing, right? I think that's a good thing. I think both of these guys are in their 60s. And it comes down to the point, well, how long are you going to hold on to a grudge? Right? That's the first thing. And number two, was the thing that happened, the rift between these two guys, was it really that serious to the point where it's like, I'm never going to talk to you for the rest of my days on earth? Is it that severe? Was it that serious of, a situation between these two guys? I don't think it is. Now, in the situation between Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, I can understand it. I can understand Michael Jordan saying, I'm not going to talk to Scottie Pippen ever again, because he totally crossed the line and he continues to cross the line. I'm never going to have a relationship with him. And it's going to be interesting to see how these two gentlemen are going to interact. I'm talking about Scottie and Michael Jordan within the same forum. Maybe it's something that the Chicago Bulls are orchestrating to broker peace between all of these people. It could be that as well. I don't know. Right? But I don't think the rift between Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan, just based on the information that we have from afar, as an outsider looking in, I don't think it's worth saying I'm never going to talk to this person, or this guy's never going to be my friend for the rest of my life. I don't think it's that serious, but these are just my thoughts. So, number one, what do you think about the idea of Charles Barkley having reuniting with Michael Jordan? And do you think that is something that's going to be, do you think the relationship is ultimately going to be repaired moving forward? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.